Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Milk, Eggs,
and a whole lot of tea.
Yes. All right.
All right. Y'all, we are back in the studio. We're so excited to have a very, very dear guest and friend of ours today on the pod. But before we dive into who's here and all that jazz, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yes.
How's your summer been?
Is the summer still going? It's
or fall or whatever.
Okay, summer and fall. Fall is going good. It's not hot out. It's a nice brisk day here in Nashville. Early voting starts next week.
It sure does. And I think, it sure does.
I think it's October 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So ready for that. Got my snacks. I'm gonna have my voting plan. Oh yeah, because we're going together.
We're going together. We're gonna make it a day. We're gonna make it a time.
So cheers to that. Oh, and then also we have. Wait, how are you? Before I just dive into our guest.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, thank you for asking about me. Shit. I'm doing good. Summer was good. Fall's been good. I've been traveling a lot, which has been pretty good. And now we're here, which is amazing. We're also a good chunk of the way through season 2, which I want to commend you and cheers to you, Allegra.
Thank you.
This girl does a lot, y'all, for the podcast. Let me take a drink.
Play that again. Like, when you start talking mess, we're gonna be like, Allegra does a lot for the podcast. Say it one more time.
You do a little for the podcast. No, you do a lot for the podcast.
Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't even drink, and we didn't look at each other in the eye.
Oh my God. Well, I looked at you.
I know, my bad.
I looked at your eyelash.
Keep trying today.
I'm just kidding. Your lashes look great. It was a comment that was before we started filming. Anyways, you'd had to be there. It's now it. Okay, so who do we have joining us on the table today?
I'm excited. I know you're hella excited. We have the one and only Kennedy and Scott.
Hi.
Welcome to Milk, Eggs, and a whole lot of tea.
Thank you for having me. I can't read.
Eye contact.
Eye contact.
Oh, and it's very seductive looking to me. Oh my gosh, I'm not ready for that. Okay, I'm ready. Do it again.
I'm ready, but I'm not. Oh my God, you two are just... Yo, oh my God. Wanted to give y'all a minute or something?
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, Kennedy, thank you for... I'm sorry, Kennedy and Scott.
Yes, thank you. The whole name.
The whole name. It's like you're in trouble when the whole name comes out.
No, whenever my whole name comes out, everybody better look out.
Oh.
Said I'm here.
Yeah.
Mother is here.
All right, Kennedy, can you share with our audience about who you are?
Yes.
A little bit about your background and how did you become Kennedy and Scott?
Well, everybody come on in. Come on in. Gather around. Story time. So yes, like you said, my name is Kennedy Ann Scott. Yes. I am a drag queen here in Nashville. I have a residency at Lipstick Lounge over in East Nashville. And then I do a few gigs around town, you know, just a sprinkling. But yeah, so how I got started, I'm a little gay boy from a small town in Missouri. It was just so much fun growing up there. Let me tell you.
Was that?
Yeah, so much fun.
I've heard some people say misery.
Misery,
Okay,
yes.
that's-
For some of us, but then we grow out of that, you know, and we get on to bigger and better things. Yes, on to the next. But yeah, so I now live here. I came from Missouri. I went to college in Missouri. I started doing drag in college just to pay for some things, try to make a name for myself, you know. And then after college, I came over to Nashville. And with that, I kind of got into more drag here. Which you had to like break into a new scene because, you know, you had made it in Missouri, but now you have to make it somewhere else. So I did that. And yeah, so I'm just at the Lipstick Lounge and doing my thing.
How was breaking into the Nashville scene? Give us a little bit about that.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like terrible, but like also I'm glad I broke in when I did because now we have drag is so mainstream and it's everywhere now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad I got, I broke in at the time I did.
You're only 16.
I
What do you
know.
mean?
Looking young.
What do you mean? You broke in about
South
a year
Korean
ago.
skincare.
Hey, that's true.
Amen
The
to
good
that.
stuff. It's good stuff.
The good stuff.
But, when I first came, I didn't have like a home bar or anything because I was new. So I kind of put drag on the back burner for just a hot second while I was trying to get into the education field here as well. So I was trying to do a lot of things all at once, which is kind of like how I do life. I do it all at one time and just keep going. But one of my gal pals started doing a show over at the Lipstick Lounge once a month. And I was like, and she had asked me if I wanted to be in it. And I was like, sure, yeah, I'd love to. So dipped my feet in there. And then after a while of doing that, the owners, Jonda and Krista, came to me and they were like, we'd love your aesthetic. We love you to be part of our family. We would love to have a game night. And we'd love you to host.
Oh,
yes. So I was the first drag queen to have a residency at Lipstick Lounge.
What's up?
Yes, which is one of 33 lesbian bars left in the United States.
Really?
Yeah.
And when I went to see you perform, actually, phenomenal job. I was talking to Jonda and Krista, and they were saying like Lipstick Lounge is like number 2 best lesbian bar. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the stats are crazy about
Yes.
this bar. Like,
It is. They made USA Today's list of best bars in the nation.
If you go there, you could see though, because there's so much love
Oh,
and just
yes.
you could be whoever the hell you want to be at.
Oh,
that
yeah.
place.
It's really, and their tagline is, it's a bar for humans. It's just a great place to come and enjoy yourself. Do some karaoke on some night. We have karaoke every night of the week. And then, there's game nights. We have drag bingo on some Thursdays. We have gay trivia. We have figure it out. We have tons of things. We have live bands. So we have lots of stuff going on there all the time. But I'm just glad that I have a home here in Nashville, a home bar. And then, I love the girls that play and Tribe and all that as well. Like, and I'll do gigs with them. So I love that we here in the drag community is just really a close-knit family.
That's what's up.
I know like Vidalia and Gentry, Vivica Steele. So it's just lots of queens out there doing their thing, representing Nashville well, but also representing the queer people of this state well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
That's what's up. Congrats.
So, your first experience in drag was back in college, you said, right?
Yes.
So tell us, which was yesterday. For
Yeah,
you.
it was.
Yes. So can you tell us how yesterday's drag has influenced you to now today's drag?
Yes. Well, back in the day when we had Charlotte Ruth, Wet Seal,
Rouge 21.
21. When little queens start out, they just kind of think that they can just get away with the minute because they're, feeling their essence of a woman and doing their thing. It's so funny to see baby queens out there and like, oh, okay, you barely have a lash on, but you're working it, honey. You're working it.
Get it.
But then you think you're God's gift.
Oh.
Like you walk out on that stage and you're just like, dun, 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 dun. But it's so funny. Like I used to do, the way that you paint and all that really after you practice and get into it more. And after you, can afford the nicer makeups out there that cover your face, Covergirl, don't cover boys, so can't go with the the little medicine store brands. You got to kind of elevate your, your paint, your lacquer.
Does it ever sweat off when you're in, like, or just I guess the more expensive stuff that you?
Yeah, I mean, I think if those lights are hot,
Yeah, I
right,
bet,
on
yeah.
stage, so they're hot. But there's lots of makeup out there and primers, and there's all kinds of stuff that will keep it on your face and keep it together. But I mean, I have through the years had some when you take your wigs off and you have your hard line, you're like, whoa, that's thick. You're like, I did not expect that to happen. And you're like, yeah, the fantasy's gone. You're like, okay, great.
Oh yeah, let's put the wig back on real quick.
It never goes on the right way again. You're like,
oh my god.
That's what's okay. So we know that at night you is Miss Kennedy and Scott, and then during the day you have a day job.
I do have a day job. Oh gosh, I'd like to just be a lady of the night.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, just find sugar daddies or something. for us all.
Good. You're gonna find us then?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
I was like, I'm in.
All right. So tell us a little, what's your day job like?
So my day job, I am a teacher. It's part of the agenda. Everybody calm down.
Yeah.
I just always think I have to make that joke because people are so crazy in this world. So I'm like, yeah, it's part of the agenda.
Right.
No, I just like doing both careers.
Yeah.
But yes, I am a teacher. For 14 years, I was in elementary education, kindergarten, first grade, all of that fun stuff with the little ones and my little. And now for the first year, I went to middle school. So now I'm working in middle school with 7th grade, and they don't care about your feelings. They just say whatever comes to their mind. So really, I love myself that much.
Yeah. You want to outpour on kids, adults, everything. You're everything.
For sure. You can tell a 7th grade girl whenever she walks into the room and she eyes your outfit and you're like, oh God.
I just got eaten alive.
She didn't say anything, but she said everything. Yeah, and I was like, oh God.
You said enough.
Yeah. They're mean sometimes.
We've all been there, and I think they're so misunderstood as well. They just want someone to care what they have to say or care about them. And it's just all about having fun.
Yeah.
And
Period.
I love that. So you're managing kids, you're managing adults at the bar, you're doing all this stuff, you're managing this career, you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
We also have a book that we're going to be talking about that you're coming out with here in a second. So you got your hands on a lot of pots.
I do. I always overcommit on everything I do.
So with this overcommitment, I would be drinking. You do not drink though, however.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yes.
How do you manage all this mess with no alcohol or no substance, I should say, with it? Okay.
Well, first, I didn't have a problem. Let's get that there.
No.
I didn't have no. I wanted to stop drinking for myself, but then also I was dating someone who was allergic to alcohol. And so I wanted to be like, solidarity, I wanted to be there for that person too. And I liked the effects also of not drinking because it was really fun too. Yeah. But it's fun to people watch and all that. So that's good. But time management with everything that I do.
Yeah.
You have to really be a pro at time management. I have a calendar on my phone. I have a calendar that I write in. I have to be organized all the time with all attributes of what I do. But it's really just managing that time so that I can be, I can give 110% to everything that I do. Yeah. Because I don't want to half-ass anything.
Yeah.
So it's really I have this to do. So on Wednesdays I always have a game show, but I make the game show as well. So it's I schedule. Yeah. So I come up with all the questions. I come up with, how we put it in Google Slides and PowerPoint. I put it all together. I do all of that stuff, but I have to make sure so I have on Monday nights from 9 to 11, I'm working on that game. And sometimes it goes longer because I'm oh gosh, what questions have I not done yet? It takes a lot of time, right? So I'm working late hours all the time with both jobs, trying to get everything in. But it's also finding time to get it all in the way that I want to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It makes best sense for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So another question for you. Have you found ways that your teaching skills enhances your drag performances?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think they both go hand in hand. One, it's herding cats in both. Drunk people are cats, the children are cats. It's just keeping them all together, right? But yeah, I think both require an entertainment aspect to it. So you have to entertain the groups of people at the bar, keep them engaged, keep them entertained, having a good time. But then you also, with kids, have to, you have to entertain them.
Yeah.
As well, because they want to have fun. Yeah. They want to experience new things. They want to learn stuff, but they also want to just chill out and be kids as well. So there's a fine balance of, entertaining people, keeping people on task, keeping their attention. So I think they both go hand in hand with each other.
Okay. So you're talking about management, time management, all this good stuff. Drag is a huge aspect of your life. You've been doing it for a year now.
Yes.
And
Thank God.
just a year. You've been button. But with that, you told us that drag saved your life.
Yes.
And that was one of those things that, like, you know, it's a big part of you. You told us kind of just how it makes you feel, all that good stuff. But can you elaborate, you know, really, how did drag change your life?
Yeah.
Drag did change my life. Drag is kind of like an armor for me. It kind of protects Ben in a way. Growing up, I was bullied all the time, starting from first grade all the way up to college, even, where people just kind of told me everything that I was or who I was. They would manipulate and hurt me just to, it felt like at times just because it was, I stood out, I was different. So like growing up with that, you know, I grew up in that time period where I feel like bullying is a huge buzzword that we always have now these days. Oh, my child was bullied, this. I really was a survivor of bullying because not only did they do it online when that time period came for me, but people did it to my face. And people told me what they thought about me to my face. So they didn't hide their emotion. I got to see how they felt to tell me those things.
Damn.
And so there was a lot of things that I had to deal with as a kid, like self-discovery on my own, thinking and feeling certain ways, but being told that I was going to hell, or being told like, oh, you're not that way, you know, you're just a little different, or you're a little squirrely, or you're fine, you know. It was like, as a kid, it was like, oh, that's just Ben. And then as I got older, it became, oh, that's disgusting. Oh, you're gay? Gross. Oh, you do drag? Gross. You know, and it's like, I just want to be me.
Right.
So Kennedy Ann in college helped Ben become himself. So I got to more confidence in myself to kind of join in the conversations. I got to have a voice. And so Kennedy Ann acted as that armor to shield me not only from the things I didn't want to hear, but also giving me the wings and the confidence to just be myself and say what I wanted.
That's what's up.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So can we talk about what are some misconceptions about people have about drag and its significance? So I cannot say that word.
Significance?
Yeah.
Can't
say that, but that
You
word.
did it. We worked on it together. I'm proud of y'all. Sound out the hard words. Oh my gosh, you bring a teacher in, I have to teach you how to read. I think there's some misconceptions where, like, I think within the drag community as a whole is like, I think there's some outside things that are like, oh, they want to be women.
Yeah.
Oh, they want to dress up because there's something wrong with them. No, we want to entertain people. We also embrace our feminine side, right? And it's also to like poke fun at the patriarchy.
Yep.
Like, everybody is on a spectrum of some sort.
Right.
You know, your femininity to your masculinity to whatever. We're all on some sort of spectrum. And I think drag queens blur the lines of societal norms.
Yeah.
And it's fun, and it allows us to be our true authentic selves, and we get to share that entertainment with our audience and with everyone around the world now because of RuPaul's Drag Race and everything. So people get to like see us come together in our society and how we fit and how we make just life joyful and fun. I think sometimes it's with the trans community and all that, like, I think us coming together and, you know, you can be trans and you can be a drag queen as well. You can be a cis woman and be a drag queen as well.
Right.
You can be a lesbian. You can be a woman and you can be a drag king. So you can be a drag artist, and there's all kinds of different drag out there, you know, but it's fun that we get to come and entertain people with a side of us that maybe we don't always get to show all the time. But I do think things are getting better where people do get to show their true colors like 100% of the time. But I also do think that we're in that weird climate of yes and no game. Yes, we're okay with that. No, we're not okay with that. When in reality, let's just be okay with everything.
Right.
Would you say it?
be okay with everything because you should be okay with everything.
Right.
It's people who put those parameters and stuff around
It's
us.
those rules. And it's like,
Yes.
I'm one of those people that I'm like, those rules are cute. Those are guidelines, but
It don't work for me.
it doesn't.
It doesn't, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Not every rule has to work for you.
You know,
A rule's in place for a reason because somebody along the line did something,
yes.
but I didn't do it.
No, but we're shaking things up as a
Exactly.
culture now these days where we're blurring those lines
Yeah.
between masculine and feminine. And
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, but I think that it only makes them uncomfortable because of their own insecurities.
That part.
Oh, say that one again because that is.
Look in the camera.
Insecurities.
Don't be insecure about
No.
other people.
Well, because we made it all up, right?
Yes.
It's all of these societal norms, whatever. We made it all up.
Yep.
And it's like, why can't we rewrite these rules?
Yep.
I mean, we're right now, like, we're following a document that was created over 200 years ago, still, because we're creatures of habit and we don't like change.
Yep.
And it scares people because, which is okay,
Yeah.
it can scare you,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, like, let's get in there and give everybody a voice. And
Right.
once we give everybody a seat at the table of just society and life, then you're going to get more things accomplished.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if everyone feels like they belong, then everybody's more productive within their life.
Period. Mm,
Say it again, boo.
that was it.
Okay, so can you talk about the role of drag as a safe space
Okay.
in the LGBT community?
Yes.
And really, you just answered how it was safe to you, and how, it helped you, but how has that helped others in the community, do you think?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a creative outlet, right? Like just
Yeah.
like any creative outlet, it lets people see people for who they really are. And I think drag gives that freedom to blur the lines. Like with drag, there's no rules. We have bearded queens, we have bald queens,
Yeah.
we have cis queens, we have all types of queens. You have your goth queens, you have your pageant queens. There's all kinds of different drag artists out there,
Yeah.
and there's a place for everyone. Now, I do believe that we need to get to that place where all drag is accepted everywhere. But again, we are creatures of habit and people like what they like. And if we start teetering those lines, everybody gets uncomfortable. But sometimes you have to be uncomfortable.
True.
You just, being a queer person in this world, it's a hetero-friendly world.
Yeah.
We're uncomfortable most of the time. And then when we start to get into a homo, like sexual, queer world that's friendly with us, then those people get really scared and nervous and uncomfortable, and they don't know how to, they just like get the shakes, like they don't know how to handle it.
Which is so funny to me.
Very
Like,
funny.
we're not trying to put our agenda. I'm not trying to turn you gay.
No.
I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm just trying to show you love
Yeah.
and show you happiness and kindness and joy. Because I'm not trying to take that away from you. We're trying to give it to people. And you're exactly right with those lines. People just like to shake.
They do. It's just,
when you
it's a
start.
weird, I think with our culture too at the moment, it's a lot of just like turning against people. And you're like, wait a second, why are we even fighting? What do we even know what we're fighting about?
Yeah.
Like, no. And
Mhm.
it's crazy to me that we tell children all the time, be who you want to be,
Right.
be you. But then sometimes I'm like, that's the biggest lie we tell kids, because when you grow up and you try to tell the world, hey, here's who I am, people are like, no, no, no,
Keep
no.
back at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Rein it in a little bit.
And I'm like, I don't think I should have to rein it in.
It's like, that's cute, but keep it inside.
yeah. And that's not fair.
It's not.
And, I think everybody, again, just wants a seat at the table.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. I agree with you.
Who's making me mad?
Yeah.
She had a moment where she said,
It's like, oh, these motherfuckers. All right, so you mentioned you do have a book coming out. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It still hasn't set in yet. It's so crazy.
It's something like you've been probably working on. Oop, hitting the mic. Sorry, Isaac. You've been working on this book and it's about to come into fruition.
Yeah.
Tell us about the concept of the book, if
Okay.
you can share any details.
Yes, I can. Again, I'm really excited about this opportunity. In a million years, I never would have thought I would have been a girl to be like looked at and like read about or in a book. I never thought about that. I think you dream about it and then
when it happens, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did this. You know? But it's called No Tea, No Shade, Stories of Drag Queens. And I'm one of 6 drag queen artists in the book. And there's just so many cool things. It's like a collection of different essays and stories from each of us on different topics. So like one of my topics is education and drag. Again, like what we talked about, like how I balance it.
Yeah.
There's another one where I had to like come out twice. You know, I came out as gay to my family and then I had to come out as a drag queen.
How was that?
It's like a shebang.
It was Both were crazy, right? When I first came out as gay, I came out to my mom and my friends first. So when it wasn't a good experience,
More from the family side or the friend side?
Well,
or kind of both?
Kind of both. Like when I came out to my friends at the time were like, well, we defended you. And we always tell people,
What
and I'm
does
like,
that mean? You
I know. And I
defended
was like, and then it would kind of made me feel guilty.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers.
Yeah. I know. Well, we're not friends really anymore.
Good.
Just kidding.
Oliver's going to fight somebody by the end of this.
Man, I'm going to tell your sister, Lord, you better cool it. I'm just kidding.
Good.
But yeah, so my friends were like, oh, we defended you. We did this. I'm like, oh, I get it. And I appreciate it. But I had to come out when it was my time.
Right.
And then whenever I came out to my mother at first, it wasn't a good experience. There was obviously tears and all this. And she didn't believe it, of course, because, I come from a very like Roman Catholic
That's right.
family. So like very deep in the religious aspect there. But like when I came out to her, she wrote me a letter telling me like she didn't believe it and that like she didn't think she would be like, well, what she said was like, I don't think you'll ever find anybody. Like I think, and now to this day, I think my mother has put a curse on me.
We rebuke that.
Yeah, I was like,
rebuking it like
Yes.
gosh,
If I had
better
some holy
take that
water.
back.
Right.
All of a sudden it like starts singing.
melting away in his feet.
Oh gosh, she was a witch the whole time.
A wicked witch. We knew it.
But yeah, when I came out, it was just not good. And she was like, you can't tell your dad because you'll kill him. And so I was like, so I have to hold all this in. Cause whenever you want, like when you thought, oh, I need to tell my dad who I am. And then you just picture a person dropping dead in front of you. You're like, oh, maybe not.
Right.
Maybe I'm not ready. So like I came out and then my mom actually has been to a couple of my drag shows.
Oh, that's awesome.
She brought one of my aunts and like, she's come just to see, what it is. I think she's trying. So we're trying to get back to a good relationship. Like whenever I was a little kid and stuff. But I mean, I think we still have a lot to work on and process. And then I didn't come out to my dad until 2016 when the whole culture kind of changed in this country again.
Okay.
Like, I feel like my whole life I've known this culture, but like, I feel like during the second term of Obama, I never felt better and more comfortable in my life. And I felt like the world was getting comfortable, like the second term of Obama. I just felt it was just a different feeling. And I don't know even really how to explain it, but I felt like I was safe. I was okay. I felt like things were turning around and looking great. There was just like something in the air that was just like, ooh, positive.
Yeah.
Right? And then in 2016, it all just kind of came crashing down. And, my dad is a Republican and, I don't think he's on the Trump train, but he did vote for Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when that all happened in 2016, we were having one of those lovely family debates that a lot of families were having, around that. And my dad said something, and I was just like, you realize that those people don't care about me, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, he doesn't care about gay people. That whole administration does not. It's a facade. And he was like, had to take him back. And he's like you. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Right.
Like, I think your parents
They know.
They know. I don't think they like to admit it to themselves, but I just kind of came out to my dad in 2016. And then I also came out about drag all at the same time. And he was like, whoa, that's a line.
For me.
You just kind of what I'm hot.
Well,
like that.
And I guess it came from like I was a little angry at him just for what he was saying and how he was acting. And it wasn't like I felt like the dad I knew growing up.
Got you.
And so, because I felt like my parents were not very like strict, even though we were Roman Catholic and we had rules and we went to church on Sundays and I went to Catholic grade school from kindergarten to 8th grade. Like I was immersed into that culture, into that religion. And so but I never thought my parents were always that strict of parents. They were pretty go with the flow, you know, and I was the first child, so I was the guinea pig. So everything was tested on me. I mean, we're made of steel. First children, we're different.
Yes, so we are. The other ones aren't. They sensitive salaries over there.
Wait, let's cheers to that.
That's the first ones.
Cute.
As you over here with not.
But I'll bring it back. No, girl, you're special too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. No, I'm just kidding. I love
But
you.
yeah, I just felt during that time, I was like, I need to just be fully myself, fully out there because I was tired of carrying that around on my back.
Yeah.
I was just unhappy all the time because I felt like I couldn't be myself around the people that are supposed to love you the most.
Yeah.
But really, with gay people, we get to choose our family, and that is so special because you get to choose people who you love and that love you back no matter what, and it's a special relationship. And again, I'm getting back to my family, or I'm trying to get back to my family and doing that, but it's difficult sometimes when you have so many different beliefs and you know that deep down they totally like one side of you, the education side, the teacher side, that accomplishment and what I can do. But then like my gay side is always just not talked about, or we don't bring it up, you know? And I think, again, they're getting better, but like my brother's getting married.
Congratulations,
Yes,
brother.
it's such a good thing.
That's awesome.
Next year. And so I get to be in it, which I was like, oh my God, I get to be in it. Woo! I was like, but we're going to get this suit tailored because honey, after wearing corsets all the time, my men's clothing doesn't fit me right.
It's all like, because it's all baggy and everything everywhere.
And I'm like, I have a little bit of a waist now.
Yes. So we have to get to
Been
this
trained.
Look at that. She likes to.
Yeah, I'm just like, but yeah, so I was like, I need to get this tailored just a little bit because I'm not gonna be looking frumpy dumpy.
I think that's right.
But then, like, it's not about me. It's not about me.
But you also have to look good.
Yeah, you have to
We
look
know.
good. Yes,
Exactly.
you know. But he is getting married, and I love his fiance. She's great. It's finally like for the first time in my life, I have someone on my side in my family.
Oh,
that's
that's
incredible.
sweet.
It's awesome.
That's been really cool. Like just to get to know her and like start building our friendship and
Yes.
like brother sister-in-law relationship, you know, like that's fun. And like we had like really good conversations at this like past Christmas because I, you know, go home for just Christmas. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's all I
I
need.
mean,
That's
that's,
okay.
that's all you need.
That's okay.
Yes.
We'll celebrate together.
But getting to know her and like it's just nice to feel like someone's on my side and my family for once. And all of that. So she's been great. But like, and she was like, oh, you can bring someone to the wedding. We would love that, you know, all this kind of stuff. And my mom was like, well, you'll know everybody here.
Mama, mind your
No.
Mama, stop.
Oh,
Right.
I'm like, that's not what she meant.
Right.
I'm like, bring it back, girl. But it's just like little things like that where they're still not so much comfortable with it. And I have to remember, like, I don't need them to be comfortable with it. I need to be comfortable with it. And I just kind of let things fall where they will.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
We
It's
can't
so
control them.
No.
It's crazy though, like how you literally your family who you were blood connected to,
Yeah.
like can do that to you.
Yeah.
And like I say that because I'm from a similar example and
Yeah.
upbringing as well. And you learn now where you just have to show love and grace in a lot of areas. You know, there's a lot of hatred, I'm sure, or just maybe not hatred, but like a lot of just you're angry a lot of the time. I was
Yeah.
at least. And then you kind of just learn as an adult too. You're like, they're in my life for a reason and for a season, and I still want to connect with them, but I don't have to live with them. They don't pay my bills.
No.
They don't feed me.
Yeah.
So I can keep you at arm's length if I need to.
Yeah. Which is hard.
It's very hard because it's that, that's your connection.
Yeah.
Or what you thought growing up, for years in that safe haven. But man, families are weird.
Yeah. But to your point, you said you can make your own family. You have your own sense of belonging.
Oh, yeah. And I have a great family.
Yeah.
I love that.
I was like, family.
Family.
So
cute.
I have a great one. And, they would do anything for me. So, and I would do anything for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's true.
So, okay. Are there any upcoming shows or events that you would like our listeners to know about?
Yes.
Especially in the Nashville area.
Oh my gosh, yes. If you live in the Nashville area, please come on out to the Lipstick Lounge every Wednesday. Every Wednesday I have my Figure It Out. It's my drag queen quiz show, And then Fridays, I host karaoke with the DJ there. So we have a lot of fun there. And then I do a couple shows here and there.
Okay.
Around, but I know I always do a December show and I always do a Pride show at Stateside Kitchen. Yes, at the Dream Hotel.
But Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming, baby.
So what can you expect at the Christmas show?
Lit.
Yeah.
Honey, it's lit. We have a DJ. It's blasting music in this restaurant. So in between like sets, there's this, the club music.
That's what they doing.
Hell. I don't know if they're doing that move.
I don't know titties to pop, so I just, just like I got.
You were like, but yeah, we do about 2 seatings of 3 like shows in there. It's really fun, and it's like Christmassy but fun, and it's just a good time. So the Dream Hotel, Stateside Kitchen.
We're going
December 14th.
Lock it in.
Mark your
we
calendars.
calendar invite.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna get our tickets.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what, all your experience bringing you to Nashville, what brought you to Nashville? And really, how has this city influenced your drag?
Ooh. So what brought me to Nashville? Well, I was teaching for a year in Missouri. I moved back in with my parents because I had just graduated. I got a job in the local, and so I was like, okay, I can do this. I didn't really want to, but I knew I needed to get my feet on the ground just to see what I needed. So I was like, ooh, I'm done. I can't make it here. It's not for me. Small town life is not for me. And so I just picked up one summer and I was like, I'm moving to Nashville. So found a place, moved. I didn't have a job yet. So it was during the summer, like beginning of July, I moved down here. Searched.
That's a hot time too.
It is hot. Yes.
But you were sweating. Trying to move.
Glistening.
Glistening.
Thank you. We don't sweat, we glisten.
And we sparkle.
And we sparkle and shine. But yeah, so I came down there. I was looking for sub teaching and I got in Metro. Yes.
Yay.
So I got in here teaching and they gave me a job and I was just, let's go.
Yeah.
And so I just made it work for me. And it was nice to be in a big city where you were just accepted first as a human.
Yeah.
And that's what we all strive for, right? So I just felt accepted here, like I could make it, and then got into the Lipstick Lounge and it just kept going after that. And I think the way the city is, oh my gosh. Oh man. I would say this city influences my drag because it's a fun party city, right? So you can be fun, flirty. It's a party city. It's fun. So I think a lot of my drag is kind of based on the girls around here.
Yeah.
I love doing
all the
that.
bachelorettes and stuff.
I think even though God love them, I always make fun too. And they are like, how'd y'all get off Broadway? How'd you find yourself
over there at East Nashville?
So I'm like,
because it's tucked in a neighborhood.
I'm like, I'm glad you're having fun, but
But you also being in Lipstick Lounge, because that's where your residency is everything. We've heard that even speaking with the owners, they were saying like Lipstick Lounge is a known lesbian bar in the world. Like y'all have gotten like best bar and everything. Like that's incredible.
Yeah, that's so fun.
It's a safe haven too.
It is. Yeah,
that's what's up.
It is.
It is a safe haven. It's like it's a bar for humans, right?
Yeah.
So anybody is welcomed. Everybody, come on. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. Just come and have a good time.
And then you'll have
Absolutely.
Chapstick coming up.
Chapstick, the lesbian sports bar.
Be working on the Instagram.
Honey, I have.
She's been building the building. She's been building the building. Is what she's doing.
I'm just checking the maintenance.
So wait, did you get this at a 90-degree angle? No, go back.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
back.
just checking all the words.
Fix the window, please.
Yeah. No, I want to. We started doing it. Leah, one of the bartenders, she's a photographer, and she
Cool.
likes to have fun and take pictures. So we started a campaign a few years ago. Whenever they were trying to do the drag ban, that she was taking pictures of me in public. Because drag in public, we were like, it's not drag is not a crime.
Yeah, no,
It's not.
it's not.
So we were like taking pictures around East Nashville and stuff outside. And so we would label them like hashtag drag queen in public. And so we started that thing. And then one day we took a picture out as they were getting the, building the basement like dug and all that kind of stuff. And she was like, oh, let's take a picture using this. And it's great. And then Krista and Jenna were like, oh my God, we love this. Do it weekly so we can see. So then it's turned into every week.
Okay.
Yes. And the builders love it. They're like, we need to have you come promote our other sites. And I was like, okay.
With a coin stock, bro. I'll do anything for a piece of change.
Please. Oh my God.
Why don't you be the face of construction around Nashville?
Oh my God. I would love that. Can I, with a hard hat?
Oh my God. And high heels. And
Yes.
boots and
Can she build it? Yes, she can.
Ain't no Bob over here. It's man. It's Miss Kennedy.
I would love
I
that.
would love that for
Oh
you.
my God. I'm going to come out with my own construction boot shoe.
Oh, and bedazzled hat.
That's just kidding.
And the cute vest.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have a
The
cute
cute
vest.
vest.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. And jewelry.
And
You gotta
jewels.
wear your jewels.
Jules.
Yeah. Speaking of jewels, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You're just decked out today. We love the way you look. So can you describe what your drag is like?
Yeah. I always say my drag is fun,
Mhm.
flirty, and basic.
Nothing wrong with being
Nothing wrong with
basic.
basic. I think it's
Nothing.
underappreciated.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like, it's my rendition of paying homage to all the people and all the females in my life that kind of gave me my superpowers, you know? So I just kind of like, how would they dress? Or I always like to add a different aesthetic to it because I always wanted to be pretty, pretty, pretty. Like that was my thing. I just want to feel pretty.
Well, you're looking pretty today.
And you love your bows.
Yeah,
A bow
my
is
God.
a good
How many
feature.
bows is where it is. I didn't get to wear them as a child, and I was always jealous of like the girls in elementary school because they would come
With their little
with
bows.
their bows.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And my favorite thing is to like see them at the end of the day, like little kindergartners, the
Till-
first day of
Both
oh my
hanging
gosh,
out.
everywhere. I'm like, what did you go through?
Right?
Did you
Like, sweetheart.
What?
What is going
I
on?
know life ain't that rough at that age. Okay.
But it was for her. Honey, it is kindergarten, college now, so it is like you better be ready to read, running sideways.
Hey, were you serious?
Oh yeah, it's not like the letter people we had, you know.
Yeah, because they don't even do cursive or anything like that anymore.
Well, I mean they do, but it's not as hard of a standard as whenever we were.
Yeah,
you know.
back in the
Yeah, I
day.
felt like we were just back in like English times, just learning how to write and do this and
Like they're not gonna be able to read the Constitution.
fuck that Constitution.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Dang, you better get your partner.
Well, no, I meant reciting it or tracing it. That's what I
Lord
meant.
bless his man's heart.
Okay, you know what? Anyways, I appreciate the Constitution. Okay. Anyway,
Fine, bless.
In my own podcast, I just got canceled. I'm just kidding.
we can edit that part out real quick and then keep going.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But
Shit. Where's my mind here? Transitioning. Before we jump to our game, what you did participate in our voting campaign.
Yes.
You know, Brandon and I, we have the one and only Harrison Waltz that we love and
yes.
rooting for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you explain to our listeners, just leave a message on the importance of voting and how voting and supporting the arts also. So,
Yes.
importance of voting and supporting the arts.
All right, come back in, children.
Let's come back.
Come
in.
back in.
Take a seat.
No, voting we all know is important, right?
Right.
It's your voice. It's the one you get in our democratic republic. It says, I am putting my support behind this person because they support me and my friends or my family or whatever. I would love to say I don't care who you vote for. I just want you to vote.
Right.
You know, just use your voice. Use your voice no matter how. Like, if you want change to happen, you have to vote in the local elections. You have to vote in the moderate election. You have to vote. Yeah. You have to have your voice heard. You can't just sit back and say, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter. And the older generation needs to also wake up and realize they're voting for the younger generations.
Yeah.
You're not voting for yourself anymore. You have to kind of become a little bit more selfless and know who you are supporting at that time, because what happens tomorrow affects the kids of our future. And we can't keep saying, oh, they'll take care of it when they get here. Oh, they'll take care of it when they get here. No, because when we get there and it's our turn to take care of it, we still don't have the resources that we need to change it.
Right.
And so we need to start changing it now for the betterment of everybody, because on the Constitution, it says, we the people. We is a collective, everyone. Not some, everyone. And no one will be productive and no one will be part of the community if they don't feel like they are part of the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I think it's important to vote. I think it's important. I never used to be big in politics at all until I had to be.
Yeah.
Because as a queer person, I have to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people always say, oh, you have rights. You're fine. Look, you can get married now. You have this, you have this. I'm like, yes, today.
Yeah.
But you don't have to always worry every election that someone's going to get voted in that can change it like that.
Yeah.
And it can.
Absolutely.
We do have a process in our country. We do have different branches. They all hold each other accountable, and there is a checks and balances. However, there are things that can be changed. And we've seen it now that a person put up 3 new members to a lifetime appointed position, and they've changed it forever until we can get things.
Now I want to fight somebody.
Yeah.
This makes me
But
mad.
I'm just saying, like, it's important.
It is
It's
important.
for who you vote for. It is important just to be on the topics. Know what you're talking about.
Right. Do your research.
Do your research. We were all taught how to do research in middle school, high school, and even now elementary school.
Yeah.
You know how to research.
Yeah.
It's not a Google search and you click the top one. That's not research. Research and is going and digging a little deeper.
Yeah.
I think it's also okay to say, hey, I don't know about that. Can someone tell me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Ask the
Instead
questions.
of just,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Oh God, you just want to.
Yeah, I'm like, no, it is important.
Yeah,
It is important.
It is.
And just because I say it's an important issue doesn't mean I'm saying that person's not important. What I'm saying is the issue is important for you to understand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And do your research to understand it.
Yes, or
Yeah.
ask a multitude of people.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of do your deductive reasoning skills and say, well, if 2 people said this and 7 people said this,
Right.
I wonder.
Right.
Yep.
You know.
And early voting starts October the 17th in Nashville.
Yes, I love early voting. I love that we have that.
Have a plan. I'm bringing my snacks.
Bring your snacks.
For like line?
Yeah, just in case.
There's a lot.
Yeah. I have a backpack. I'm like Dora the Explorer. I have like a backpack.
She ready to sit.
I go in there. I wear the gayest outfit I have possible. No.
Fabulous.
And we know who you're voting for. No, I'm just kidding. The same.
Yes. No, I'm okay. I would tell I'm voting for Kamala
Oh, same. Yeah.
because she aligns with what I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
And you did your research.
Period. And I've done my research.
You've done everything.
And that's okay. And I know I won't ever change anybody else's mind about certain things.
Right.
But I'm not here for you to I'm not here. It's not my responsibility to change your mind.
Yep.
Yep.
It's your own responsibility to be okay with who you're choosing.
And don't try to put your stuff on me.
Yeah. Projection is not the answer.
Oh,
It ain't.
that's a great transitioning. It's too hard. Spill the tea. Thank you, though, for sharing that.
Yeah.
You're vulnerable with that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think it's important to, like, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm okay with myself.
Yeah.
Period. Mm.
Okay.
All right. So we are doing complete the sentence game.
Yeah.
Gosh, no pressure.
No pressure.
So we will state the statement, and you just complete the
Okay.
sentence.
Complete it. Yeah.
Okay.
I had to do that echo behind her. You complete it.
All right. So when I step on the stage, I feel.
Oh, confident.
Ooh, I like
I do.
that.
I was about to say pretty, but I feel pretty and confident.
I
I feel pretty confident.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Pretty confident. Pretty inconfident. Okay. If I could describe my drag style in 3 words, which I think you alluded to earlier,
I did.
what would it be?
Fun,
Okay.
flirty,
Yes.
and basic.
And basic.
Fun,
I love how you
flirty,
just
and
get that pause. And basic.
Basic, 'cause listen, if I say I'm basic and then I give you more, I've lived up to
You
Hey.
what I said plus. I gave you a little bit more. So
gave us bougie basic. That's what you
I
got.
just like to stay right in the middle. So if it's not too great or not too good, you're like, that's basic. You're like, I know.
I love it.
All right. So my favorite childhood memory that relates to drag is.
My favorite childhood memory that relates to drag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I think we stumped you.
I think you did.
Mhm.
My favorite childhood memory. Okay, so when I would go to my aunt's house, we would always play Miss America.
No, you would not.
Yes, and I loved watching Miss America pageants and all that. So I put her scrunchies because I had the Jonathan Taylor Thomas hair, so I could put it.
Oh Lord! Wow.
My God.
I said, "Oh Lord."
I know you did.
Oh my gosh. But I had the JTT look where I could put a little bit up. And so then I'd wrap like a blanket around me and be like, "Ooh, Miss America." And so I got to play that. And I thought I was everything. And I loved it because my aunt gave me that safe space to just explore as a kid, right? There wasn't anything really to it. But then I think like that kind of sparked other things, you know, and then sneaking downstairs in the middle of the night to watch RuPaul's talk show. You know, thought you were so scandalous. Like,
And RuPaul's just sitting there
giving it. And you want to be like, oh, you're like, I want to be larger than life.
Yeah.
I want to feel what she's feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just she's so embraced with love and just joy all the time.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's just fun.
yeah, it's contagious. Okay. A song that always gets me in the mood when I'm performing is
Ooh, America's Sweetheart, Elle King. So
America's
Okay.
Sweetheart King.
yes,
America's
it's my
Sweetheart.
favorite one to perform, but it also is just so fun because, like, she says, "I'm not America's sweetheart" in the song,
Uh-huh.
but you love me anyway.
Mm.
And I always
Cheers
like
to
that.
that.
Yes.
Cheers.
Look each other in the eye.
Seductive. Kennedy's killing with these eyes, though.
Mm.
Dying. I mean, them eyes are like bam.
Well, some of us have it.
Some of us have it.
Some of us
We don't.
Nope. But yeah, America's Sweetheart is my favorite song to do. And like people will always come to my show and they'll be like, "Are you doing America's Sweetheart tonight?" I'm like, what? You just saw me do that like a month or two ago.
Right, like-
And they're like, "Yeah, but it's so good." And like how you get into it and
Yeah.
you stomp. Like, I mean, I get into that song. And
Well,
it's just fun.
Put it on for if somebody asks, or is it more like, hey, I'll do it next time?
Yeah, next time. Or sometimes if someone really asks, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But-
And I'm like, oh, it doesn't really match my outfit, but I'm like, give them what they want.
Stomping in heels to me would be like,
It's very
I'm clumsy. I'm very clumsy, so I feel like I would fall. Like in
Stomp.
Practice a little bit.
heels.
Well, you could do it. You got that confidence.
You have confidence. I've known. Yeah.
Question there.
She was fishing for that one.
Yeah,
She was like,
I could see you being like single ladies, Beyonce, like up in the head, like, bah, bah.
she said, I got a drag queen and a gay man here. Let me reel this in.
I need a compliment real quick. Baby, we'll come with it all the time.
Oh, I'll
for
give
you.
it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, last one.
Okay.
The most surprising thing I've learned about teaching is what?
Oh.
Ooh, the most surprising thing that children, well, I always tell this, children will not learn from someone they don't like.
That's a good one.
And so the first 2 weeks of school, I always try to build my relationships really strong because once a kid sees that you just see them,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and you're giving attention and you're literally there for them, they'll do anything for you. And then they open up and you learn their favorite things and you really get to know them. And it's just fun, like for a whole year of their life or more. Sometimes the teachers move up, but a whole year of their life, you get to just watch them grow into little human beings. And it's fun. But you have to be fun. You have to be excited to see them. You have to zhuzh it up a little bit, even if you're having like a really cruddy day, because you know, teachers are seen as inhuman sometimes that, oh, we got it all together when we have our lives going on too. So you always have to be on, ready to go, just like on stage. You have to be on. So like if someone comes in and they're having the worst day of their life, I'm there to help them. I'm going to get them in a better mood. I'm going to entertain them. Maybe they get to forget about their worries for just a little bit. But it's the same with like my students. Like when they're in my classroom, those are my kids. That's what I would want from any of my teachers. So just
feel safe and just welcomed and a human.
Yeah.
Being I mean, they're tiny humans.
Oh yeah.
And we're all, and you touch a really good like age group too, because it's like they're in the spot where they're figuring out who they are a little bit, but also they're like getting ready for high school and things like that. And like, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very precious age.
It is, but like they're really just terrified of the world around them.
Yeah.
And it comes out like they don't care.
Yeah.
But really we were all there. And you're just terrified of what's happening around you. And you're not old enough to solve it.
Yeah.
You're not young, you're not too young where you don't understand it.
Yeah.
But like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes it comes out in other ways when really you're just like, you need a cartoon, a hug, and a bowl of cereal. Like,
So let's fix this.
girl.
Maybe a cigarette with your attitude.
Probably. Honey, kids do anything these days. It's wild. They're not us.
No, we were just saints. I feel like our generation was saint, millennials. Well, not really, but
I will say this: we look real good.
We do. On that note,
we're gonna close it out.
Oh, it's
already come to an end. Well, listen, y'all. We're so excited to have Kennedy. Thank you, Kennedy.
Thank you all for having me. I feel honored for being on your cast.
Oh my God, of course. And y'all check the link below. All of Kennedy's socials, everything's linked. The book, we'll post information once the book is launched, when it comes out, all of that stuff. We love supporting our friends. And Kennedy, thank you again.
Thank you. Cheers. In the eyes, in the eyes. In the eyes. We want good sex.
Great.
Well, we'll see you next time, everybody, on Milk Eggs.
And a whole lot of tea.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Doodles.